Okay guys, so we're looking at the week starting 30th of January, and I just wanted to give you a bit of an overview of the week and how it's fitting into our season schedule. And then we'll talk about a little bit about today as well, about the Monday training. So this is our final week of the current training block or phase, whatever you want to call it. And this has been a really tough training week. I've been getting a lot of feedback from different athletes. Sorry, a training block. So everything we've been doing since the start of January. You know, we've been doing some really difficult sessions, pretty high, like high volume and high intensity, really building those final, hitting those final touches leading into the season. Next week is going to be a deload week, and that's going to be really your last opportunity to do a full sort of deload and recharge before the season starts. So next week is definitely going to be quite a lot easier. So I know if you're feeling your body, if you're feeling pretty drained, you've got to push hard through this week. There's going to be some really hard things coming up. We just did a little bit of strength testing with the bench press and the squat, and this week you have a front squat 3 rep max, you have an overhead squat heavy single, and you have some snatch and clean heavy lifting, and that is really just to give an idea of where we're at with certain numbers under fatigue. Even though it's at the start of a session, you might think that's not fatigue lifting, but it is. We've been doing so much training, or you guys have been doing so much training, that all your lifts are under fatigue right now. So you may hit PRs, but don't be shocked or surprised if you don't. We just want to see how close you can get in the end of a really tough training block that hasn't necessarily been, geared towards only maxing out in lifts. The focus has been getting extremely fit and building volume and tolerance in gymnastic movements, in barbell cycling, in just general CrossFit stuff. So we want to see where we're at with the lifts, so that if they come up in the open, or more importantly the quarterfinals, you have a good idea where that bottom number is at. Leading into the quarterfinals, you'll be much more rested than this. We'll be putting in tapering blocks before the quarterfinal test, so you will be more rested and hopefully able to get more out of yourself when we get to the actual quarterfinals. So that's just a little bit of a look at what we've got this week and how that fits into our season schedule. We'll just talk about Monday specifically, just a bit of an overview on today, starting with some relatively low percentage snatch work. It shouldn't be too challenging there, because then we have a real super intense thruster and chest to bar intervals based on that sort of friendly Fran type workout. That's going to be one of the toughest conditioning sessions of the week, or it certainly should be, if not the toughest. So you need to be ready to push really hard there. And then you have a 3 RM front squat test under a lot of fatigue. So seeing what you can get out of your body after some really hard work. And then the second session today, hitting some longer rowing intervals and finishing with some accessory work.